Coming up, recent overdoses and contraband findings have prompted a heightened security level at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. And the London Fire Department is getting a new fire truck to replace one that is considered unsafe to operate. Plus, in Clay County, people are working together to beautify the city of Manchester.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:31 on Tuesday, August the 20th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, if you're getting ready to head outside, get ready to swim, not because it's raining, but just because that humidity is so thick and dense, Brandon. It's just miserable out there this morning.
Air you can wear, that's for sure this morning. And we take a look at some current conditions. You see up on top of the mountain there, US 119, Whitesburg Pine Mountain, all quiet overnight. Some visibility issues, especially down in the same usual areas, Harlan, London, Williamsburg, and Jacksboro up to the north there, and Moorhead as well. Just be careful, patchy dense fog around. 70s across a big chunk of the area this morning, upper 60s, close to 70 in others. But here's what's sparking the debate this morning. Dew points way up there. 65 or above is basically oppressive dew points. It's very sticky out there, so just to be aware of that. Later today, we're going to talk about the possibility for some stronger storms as we get up to right around 92 this afternoon. I'll detail and track those out for you here in just a few minutes.
All righty, Brandon. Thank you. Well, new this morning, Hazard police officers say someone broke into AT&T earlier this morning and stole several items. An official posted this photo from store security footage on the department's Facebook page. Police are asking people to help identify this man you see here. If you have any information on who he may be, you are asked to contact the Hazard Police Department at 606-436-2222. We are hearing more about what happened in the hours after a pipeline exploded in Lincoln County. One person was killed and 5 homes were destroyed when the Enbridge-owned gas transmission line ruptured, then exploded. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has listened to some of the lengthy and involved recording and has more.
That's affirmative. Whole Junction City's lit up.
Dozens of first responders flooded the area along 127 in the early morning hours of August 1st. And for a while, it appeared this could have been a mass casualty situation.
I want you to go ahead and contact the coroner's office, have them go ahead and respond to a staging area on 127 for this incident.
Just one person died in the fire, but 5 homes were destroyed, and people said they could see the fire from more than 30 miles away. Police focus their efforts on finding people.
Both residents that was not accounted for is now accounted for, and they are 10-4 behind the dollar store in Moreland.
The 911 Center also released a 41-page CAD report, which is a line-by-line detail of all of the emergency response. It mentions the sheriff's deputy that rescued several people. LSO 49 advised he pulled 2 elderly out of a burning structure. Dispatchers talked to everyone from the FAA asking to limit airspace to national news media asking for information. There were even calls dealing with helping animals impacted by the fire.
The vet's heading out of here. He's got to go get a trailer, and then he'll be coming back. Whenever he gets back, he knows where to go.
All in all, the emergency transmission traffic is more than 7 hours, recording the actions of many people. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The cause of the gas line explosion is still not known. It remains under investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board. One person is dead after a weekend crash involving a motorcycle in Pulaski County. Deputies say the crash happened just after 8 Saturday night on State Branch Road in Somerset. They say 26-year-old Ryan Ray was driving a motorcycle when he traveled into the opposite lane and hit a pickup truck. Ray was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. The investigation into the Greyhound bus crash last week in Rockcastle County continues. The crash happened last Thursday when the bus hit a flatbed truck. 17 people were sent to the hospital after the crash. Kentucky Commercial Vehicle Enforcement will be inspecting the bus driver's phone records. Some passengers claim the driver was on his phone at the time. We checked in with investigators last night. So far, they have no new information to release. One Las Vegas man is accused of trying to kidnap a Kentucky high school student. Boone County deputies say 18-year-old Benjamin Margitza flew from Nevada to northern Kentucky Saturday night. Deputies say he talked to a girl alone 4 years ago. They say in the past year he became obsessed, wanting to marry the girl. Deputies say the 18-year-old knew she went to Connor High School, waited for her in the parking lot, then grabbed the girl's arm. Another student stopped Margitza, and the victim contacted a school resource officer. That officer later found Margitza in the back of an Uber trying to leave the school. Margitza is charged with attempted kidnapping and criminal trespassing. Recent overdoses and contraband findings have prompted a heightened security level at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center in Johnson County. Officials say a new $185,000 body scammer is helping, but it is not the only tactic they are using to keep everyone safe. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher shows us how it works.
Contraband can be deadly inside a jail cell.
Drugs, tobacco, stuff like that, cigarette lighters, that stuff can't be back there.
Now officials with the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center attempt to crack down.
And here recently we have started not only body scans, but also strip searches.
Administrator Byron Hansford says this new $185,000 body scanner helps.
The body scanner's nice, but we got to go back to the old way of doing things and try to prevent that stuff from getting into the jail.
But after overdoses and findings,
recently we have found some drugs in the jail.
He is making sure his staff is educated.
Because what are we looking at? We're not sure. If it's not something that's real obvious, I think we could be missing some things on it.
As inmates come into the jail, they walk onto this platform, move through the scanner, then this screen shows employees important areas to check. The detention center has a maximum capacity of 152 inmates. However, right now, it is home to 218.
Last July, it was like 350 some, and it's finally going down.
And although the number is decreasing, Hansford says they are still keeping security their top priority.
We're overcrowded, but what jail's not?
As they hope to keep their staff and inmates alike safe. In Johnson County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Byron Hansford says they are also looking to hire more staff with multiple years of experience. The City of London has approved the London Fire Department to get a new fire truck to replace an outdated one. The London Fire Department says their second-in-command engine is 33 years old and is not considered safe by today's standards, with features like an open cab. Firefighters say since they have been able to take more calls in the last few years, the safety hazard and the lack of space for their equipment causes issues when they need to use it.
It's kind of hard to accommodate for the stuff we carry and the missions we carry out to accommodate for that smaller truck.
Firefighters expect to have their new truck by the end of the year. It took a jog and a Facebook post to kick off the drive to change their hometown. Now, people are working together to beautify the city of Manchester and Clay County. I talked with some of the folks involved to learn more about their mission. The stroke of this brush is a small example of the work that is going on.
There are so many groups that are really doing some positive things, and the problem was no one knows about it.
The group Michael Ledford represents is Project Hope Manchester.
We are really effective at trying to bring these groups together and get everyone on the same page. That way we're not, tripping all over each other trying to do things.
From cleaning up sidewalks to organizing flower beds and painting storefronts, these are steps being taken.
I need to pick up a paintbrush. I need to pick up a broom and sweep. I need to work to inspire other people to do the same.
Now that is what Ledford and others are doing, putting talk to action and changing the way their town is perceived.
And there are so many positive things going on that we're hoping this group can help get that out and let you know, hey, good things are happening and you may not have heard about them, but now we want you to hear about them.
Passing the word on that Manchester's best days are always in front of them. The group presented their work and ideas to the City Council last night. Well, work started yesterday at the Food City here in Hazard to put in a Starbucks. The City of Hazard posted this picture on Twitter. We told you about the plans earlier this year. At the time, they expected it to open sometime this month. Right now, it is unclear how long the work will take. One school in California begins and ends the day by unlocking a magnetic pouch which stores students' cell phones, effectively keeping their devices out of their hands and off their minds during the school day. For students, the change was not a welcome one, at least not at first. However, school administrators say that students are more attentive and focused in class and more engaged socially outside of it.
I think it makes students more present. I think teachers would tell you that they can get more done within an hour and a half. They can turn their back on a group of students and let them work independently.
Now, the school says each teacher has the ability to unlock the pouches, especially in the event of an intruder or a shooter on campus. And even with some students who initially thought it was unthinkable to not have the phones, say they are adjusting to the change. The sun has set on Lil Nas's Old Town Road after 19 weeks at the top of the charts. A new song has finally taken its place. We will have those details.
The heat continues today after we tied a record high yesterday. Rain chances are coming and they're going to cool things down a lot by the end of the week. I'll have those details in about 3 minutes.